Okay, welcome to Ulday search channel. Now I am going to continue Vsphere 7 course. Now we are on module 2, module 2 and introduction to Vsphere 7 and software defined data center. This module 2 is not finishing today, it will have a very wide exposure. Now today at this moment, this is my second lecture. Please go to my separate playlist for English and separate playlist for Hindi if you want. This session is for the English people who understand English. I am running 2 times. Okay, when you are going to learn about the VMware, better is you just go to the documents docs.vmware.com in VMware Vsphere index. At this location you will get much more documentation about the Vsphere, and out of which I have already taken out that this screen which is in front of you, which has explained you about what is virtualization, and also there is VMware resource compatibility. So before deploying VMware applications or VMware products, vSphere or ESX host onto the machine, better go and check the compatibility, whether that server or the part number or the card which you are going to assign, which disk you are going to assign into that server, is it compatible or not. So before buying, you must go there and check. Third is, what will be the maximum size can be used into which product, that is defined into the config-max-vmware.com. So here you will get this information. So this is related to this. Now here it is shown that there are 3 physical servers. So what is software defined data center, or this is physical? These are the 3 physical hosts which are shown here, and you will find this is called storage. This storage could be SAN connected storage, or it can be like a EMC storage, or HP 3PAR storage, or IBM storage. Different storage brands are there. So Hitachi storage, they are sharing SAN connection, SAN. Okay, I am not going to explain SAN, I will explain you separately. So physical servers are connected to the storage. These physical servers are running an operating system that is called ESX host, operating system, which is later on called as a ESX host. So there are 3 ESX hosts. On that ESX host, you can create multiple guest operating systems. So those guest operating systems are called as virtual machines. And in order to manage all of these, there is something called vCenter server. So that vCenter server will be deployed on any of the ESX hosts. It will be deployed on any of the ESX hosts, and that will be using resources and managing the resources. In order to use this vCenter server, you will require a Vsphere client. I focus on the word client. In the exam, they may ask you Vsphere client and another for the ESX host. So Vsphere client, remember here, for vCenter. So 3 or whatever, anywhere on any of the operating system, you put the HTTPS IP address, you will get login for the HTML5 view or other view. We will see that also. So this is one, how the physical software defined network data center is built from the physical nodes up to the end. That I will explain here. Now these are some few websites links which will give you the detail about what are the things which you will require in your due course. So this is the one which you support, and here is one hands-on lab is also available. If you want to use VMware lab, they are giving you full features, and full feature in the means up to certain extent, and you can use that lab also. So this is for you education. These are the web link. And if you want to do the certifications, there are different digital business transformation, data center virtualization, this is focused for us, network virtualization, this is more higher, desktop and mobile, VID, and cloud management and automation, VCF, then digital workspace. So I can cover all of these, inshallah. So VCA, which you say VMware Certified Associate, if you pass any exam which does not require any high or professional credits, So that exam you will be eligible to get a VCA. If you want to go VCP, you have to pass a professional exam. In order to appear for the professional exam, it is mandatory you have to do the course. For doing the course, there are different institutes which are authorized to give you the training. You do course from them. The price varies from 2,500, 3,000 or dirham I'm talking about, and even 1,500. In India it is 15,000, 20,000 rupees. Or so from knowledge of my course, you will have an option to select any lower also, which is cheaper one. You select, forget about the training. I am giving you the training. I am giving you everything. If you have any issues, give me on my comments. I will explain for you. Okay, so I'm open giving you all the things. So to do this VCP, you have to go and do the first course, eligible for exam. Then you can go for the exam. And I request you to, even after you do any course there, please go through my videos, because in institute they will not should be able to show you in the limited time period. They are running for some part and some part, and instructor depends. Okay, I don't want to say something which is not relevant. Now above there are multiple courses. You can go through this on the website. You will come to know. I'm not going to waste your more time. Overview of the Vsphere virtualization machine and Vsphere virtualization resources. These are the topics we will cover into the module 2. Module number 2, module 2 we will cover these. So now we will talk about the virtualization, virtual machine and other things, and virtual resources and interfaces, and overview of the ESX host. Now in this it will cover what is physical machine and virtual machine, what is physical and virtual CPU and allocation, what is physical RAM and virtual RAM, what is physical disk and virtual disk, what is physical network and virtual network, what is switch and different type of virtual switches. After completion of this course, you should be able to meet the following objective. Explain basic virtualization concept. As I told you now, what is the basic concept? Describe how vSphere fits into software-defined data center and the cloud infrastructure. Describe how the proactive management and vSphere environment, that I will tell you now. Now here is a very important slide. Please focus on it. There are certain terms: operating system, application, virtual machine, guest, hypervisor, host. So here you just focus on the what I'm saying now. You see the operating system, everybody have heard about the operating system: Microsoft operating system, Linux operating system, Windows 2019 server, Windows 2016 server, or Windows 10 machine. So these are all operating systems which are installed on a physical hardware, okay, and that is becoming as a physical resource, and this is software designed to allocate physical resources. Means this virtual server, this server operating system will allow you to utilize the memory, CPU, disk of the physical machine. So that is called operating system. And application, a software that runs on an operating system. Software that runs on an application, operating system, that is called application. Example: SQL Server is an application running onto the another Windows server. Like that, you can have Office, Microsoft Office running on Windows 10 Windows 10 machine. So that is Windows 10 is your operating system, and Microsoft Office is your application. What is virtual machine? It is a specialized application. It's a file. It is not a hardware. It is a file, and it's a specialized application, abstract hardware resources into software. It pulls the physical hardware resources and gives you as a software resources. So that is called virtual machine. What is guest? The operating system that run in a virtual machine. Because see, application run where? On an operating system. In that application, if there is an operating system, that will be called as a guest operating system, not the parent operating system which is on to the hardware. So this is a virtual machine. Application has an operating system that is called guest operating system. Now, in order to run a virtual machine application, you will require a specific type of host or a specific type of operating system, because application will run in operating system. So that special type of operating system which runs a virtual machine is called as hypervisor. So this hypervisor is a specialized operating system designed to run VM. So like this ESX host is one of the hypervisor. You can utilize hypervisor feature into Windows 2019 server, 2016 server, and they are very good. But the thing is that you have to have that server operating system version of data center, not standard. You can use it into data center. The standard license is 350 dirham, but the data center 2-core license is 2000 dirham. So this is the difference. So because you can utilize that machine to produce multiple virtual machines. But when you apply that license, you can produce a number of virtual machines on that. That will not require the license. So that is some additional tip I am giving you here. Now, what is the hypervisor? Now you know the specialized operating system which runs VM as application, and now host, a physical computer that provides the resources to the ESX hypervisor. So the host which runs that hypervisor on it as an operating system, it is called as host. Host or node is the same. So this is called host ESXi hypervisor. What is Vsphere? Vsphere is a virtualization product for VMware that combines ESX host hypervisor and the vCenter server management platform. So this is one bundle which you use ESX host and vCenter to manage everything in one. So they are called as Vsphere. There are different. Now what we are running and learning is the Vsphere 7. So now we are on. And what is the cluster? Cluster is nothing but when you have multiple hosts, you can club them together. Provided you have a shared resource as a storage. So shared resource is mandatory to have a cluster, and they will have a heartbeat between them, each machine, to verify that they are connected to the shared resource. If one fails, the resources are available on the other node. So if you club, so you can club up to 64 ESX hosts in one vCenter, and this vSphere can support this. So all the resources will club together and give you as a one bundle. So that is giving you the advantage of the cluster. Group of ESX hosts whose resources are shared by VM. The resources are shared by virtual machines. So now Vsphere vMotion. Vsphere vMotion feature that supports the migration of the powered on. Here the word powered on machine. Sorry, go back. Powered on machine and powered on VM from host to host without service interruption. From host to host. One ESX host has this machine. I can migrate this virtual machine onto this ESX host without disturbing the application running on my virtual machine. Virtual machine is an application running on an ESX host. I am repeating again. So it will be in your fix in mind. So now this is the vMotion, is a feature of Vsphere. Now Vsphere high availability. High availability in the sense, if one virtual ESX host fails, then the virtual machine is allowed to move to the next ESX host. So that case, you will have a high availability for the virtual machine to migrate if in case of failure, and give you high availability for that virtual machine. Now, Vsphere DRS, dynamic resource allocation, it means when you have a server, ESX host, which is running suppose 10 virtual machines, but they are consuming around 30% of the CPU utilization. There are two machines which are consuming say 70% of the utilization, and there are few machines which are running 40% of the utilization. In order to balance these, what it will do, it will move one machine of high utilization onto the lower other ESX host, and it will move two machines of the low consumption into this one in order to match all them into one level, approximate, not all. Say 50% utilization on all ESX hosts. So that is called dynamic resource allocation. It is a very good feature. So any one of your ESX hosts will not be overloaded means though you are in the cluster, but if one of the node goes crash or shut down because of the overloading, it will be a problem. So in order to avoid that, you can use the DRS. So dynamic resource allocation will be used, and here is the one what I have explained you. Now I have given you all the briefing about the model 2. There is something new will come up. That will be my third lecture on the Vsphere 7. Please kindly share and subscribe my channel if you have not yet done it yet, and so you will be also learning more, and I will be happy.